Good morning, everyone. I'm excited for today, and I'll start off with Wyona's introduction here. So, water and land protection, line-free pipeline, and food security in Indigenous communities. Winona LaDuke is a Harvard-educated economist, environmental activist, author, hemp farmer, grandmother, and a two-time former Green Party vice president candidate with Ralph Nader. LaDuke specializes in rural development, economic, food and energy sovereignty, and environmental justice. Living and working on White Earth Reservation in northern Minnesota, she leads several organizations, including Honor the Earth, co-founded with the Indigo Girls 28 years ago, Anishinaabe Agriculture Institute, A-King, I said that wrong, sorry, and Wyona's Hemp. These organizations develop and model cultural-based sustainable development strategies utilizing renewable energy and sustainable food systems. She is also an international thought leader and lecturer in climate justice, renewable energy, and environmental justice, plus an advocate for protecting indigenous plants and heritage foods from patenting and genetic engineering. She has written several books, including Recovering the Sacred, All Our Relations, Last Standing Woman, The Winona LaDuke Chronicles, and her newest work, To Be a Water Protector, The Rise of the Wendigo Slayers. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Winona LaDuke.
Anin bonjour. Hello, my relatives. Anin Indoe Maganatuk, Vanesi Koyanajinikaz, Makwando Dam, Gababani Kagish Kaniganing and Dunjiba. Hey, I'm really honored to be with you. I'm laughing because I'm in my bedroom at the farm because I'm homeschooling, and they took my office. But that's what it is in this day and age, you know. So in this moment in time where we are all together, it's really, as winter comes, Zugipun, the snow has arrived here. Idago Shinoma. You know, it is really a time for us to gather up our strength and our stories and our good prayers, and you know, it is going to be a new spring soon, you know. So here's our time to share together. I'm honored to be with you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing down here. You know, can y'all hear me okay? Oh, good. Okay. And I'm going to show some pictures. Is that good? I'm going to try to do this, but so, you know, I'm down here on the reservation here. I'm thinking about this moment, you know, I just came back from an epic trip, you know, my first time really traveling since a couple of years. And, you know, I'm thinking about what it is we're going to do ahead, and the moments and the brutality that I just went through, you know, faced with the Enbridge Corporation. So let me tell you a little of our story and tell me some of what I'm thinking. Now I'm going to do the share screen. Take me a moment here to get my share correct here. Okay. Can you see that okay? Does it look like a slideshow and such?
Well, we can see the slides.
How's that?
No, it's good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I just like that. I like this, that you know, technology changes pretty fast, but this one, if they just stay like this for a while, that'd be awesome. All right. So this is art in Duluth. I like to show this because, you know, this came during Standing Rock, and you know, right after Standing Rock, Votan painted this in downtown Duluth. And, you know, Duluth's like those other northern cities in the deep north. There's a lot of indigenous women that disappear there in that port. And this one ain't going nowhere. She's about 40 feet tall and about 20 feet wide. And she's on the side of a building there. And I'm just proud that, you know, we were part of that. And so I'm just saying, be present, be really present, be bigger than ever. Now's our time to be that, because we all know that people, or however you want to call them, they don't even think about us, you know. I mean, the fact is, I think about white people and Southerners every day, you know, but those guys think about us? No, I don't think so. So be bold and present, and more present, because it's really our leadership that is needed, you know, in the time that we're in, because, you know, it's quite obvious that they have no idea what they're doing. So anyway, let us, you know, I'm going to show you some of the thinking of our area. This is where I live. And a lot of you probably have a territory, something like this. This is Rice Lake. This is all Monoman, our sacred wild rice. And as far as you can see, and that's what we're battling for. Our territory is full of these lakes. We are blessed with a great deal of wild rice or monoman, and that's Dawn Goodwin and me, another sister fighting Enbridge. This is I like this graphic. It's Sitting Bull and Custer. Really this moment in history that is now same moment, question of two very different paths. One of, the idea of conquest and manifest destiny or taking the West, and then the one of living in peace. So, that's who we are. And, you don't need to see this picture. This is like the picture of the catastrophes of biblical proportions. That's where we're at now. Catastrophes of biblical proportions everywhere around us. This is Fort McMurray. And this is what it looks like, and I have no idea what's going to happen except for pray hard, hold on, do your best and get your community set up, because more storms, more water, power outages. So my real question is, how are you going to survive? I think the answer is really pretty simple. You get local in your food systems, you get local in your energy systems, you rebuild and reaffirm all your indigenous knowledge and your ways and your practices, and then you go big. Join with others to challenge this moment, So I think about, I like this writer named Erin Dottie Roy. She's from India, and she talks about pandemic as portal. She says that in the history of the world, pandemics have always forced societies to change. This one is no different. I mean, look at us, we are zooming around, man, But more than that, she says in the history of the world, pandemics have always forced societies to change. This one is no different. It brings a society to its knees. She says it's a portal between one world and the next. And the truth is so many things have been changing and transforming in the past 2 years. She asks the question, she says, how you want to walk through the portal? Do you want to walk through the portal and drag your data banks and your dirty rivers and your biases and your hatred, or you want to walk through clean? I say walk through clean. And that's the same teaching of the seventh fire. It's exactly the same teaching. The moment where you have a choice between two paths, which path you're going to take. We see the scorch path that is right there. That's a picture of the scorch path in some kind of a graph made by some white guy scientist. But the fact is that that's what it looks like, and we also know what the green path looks like, because we have all those instructions, in our communities. And so, we're the people that in the world that is around us, I feel like that, look, there are catastrophes of biblical proportions. There's economic crisis, there's political crisis, widespread, pandemic. And then there's social movements that have been surging. I mean, nowhere in my life did I think all those statues of Christopher Columbus were going to tip over, Nowhere in my time did I think all these people would be rising with such resistance, And the water protector movement that we have born together, we have given birth to, all of us together. That is a growing movement. And everywhere people are looking and they see that the water is our life. And that's why, it is so important. This resistance is how you make change. So this is us. This is how I spent my last year, kind of, predictably. This guy, cool as could be, taking over the Army Corps of Engineers office in downtown Duluth. I was like, I love our people, man. This is, life when Enbridge comes to visit, they shove this pipeline through. We tried everything for 8 years. I didn't miss a beat. I went to every hearing. I jumped through every hoop in the white man legal system. I didn't miss a beat. None of us did. Our communities did everything, and the system is broken. I just want to report that. Not that any Indigenous person on this doesn't know that, but I was like, look, I think it's called regulatory capture. That's the technical term for when a Canadian multinational takes over your regulatory system and your political system. That means it doesn't work. That's what it's called, regulatory capture. It's called corruption. And, basically Canada and the United States, Canada's obviously, big tar sands pusher. And it's just sitting there, it's like late stage fossil fuel addiction behavior. That's what it is. It's late stage addiction behavior, when you act all crazy and you do all kind of crazy stuff just to fill some kind of perceived need. And so let's just be honest. We're dealing with addicts, and all of us have experience dealing with addicts, not unknown in our communities. So face them up, help them, let's move along. We gotta move this along, So this is our driveway. When the Harper County Sheriff decides it's their driveway. I was like, no, it's not your driveway. It's our driveway, buddy. Oh my God, court, court. And this is my epic family, my arrest on the Shell River, and my epic, this is my team who I was homeschooling there. This is the homeschooling for these guys. This is the Horse Nation Academy. You know, so look, be epic, be brave, be courageous. That's what I say. You know, cost him $9 billion to put in a pipeline, make him arrest 1,000 people and be the most expensive tar sands pipeline in history. I'm the last one. So guess what? No one gets a tiara for a tar sands pipeline when it's code red on the environment. Al Monaco and Justin Trudeau. That's what we think, you know? So we keep fighting them. This is when I went to jail. I thought that was super funny that they all had to go and get me out. But this is what it looks like. Look, end of the party. And so our tribe went all the way through the system. And then our tribe said, you know what? We declare the rights of wild rice. In 2019, my tribe declared as a part of its regulatory authority, the rights of Monoman. Upholding the rights of our wild rice as being ability to continue to live unencumbered, to continue to be without contamination, to continue with the water as needed. And so in August 4th of this year, Wild Rice sued the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources in tribal court and the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency and said, you guys have violated the rights, our rights as Wild Rice in tribal court. And so then the state of Minnesota, y'all following me on this? Okay. Anyway, so then the state of Minnesota comes in and like starts crying around and says, no, that's not right, because the way the treaty says, and started quoting our treaties to us. And then the state of Minnesota says you don't have jurisdiction over us because we're a sovereign. And then they go to federal court and file an appeal in the federal court, and the federal court sends them back to the tribal court. And so here we are, and possibly the most revolutionary transformation challenges to what I call Wendigo legal systems, you know, legal systems that uphold the rights of corporations over the rights of rivers. Certainly not any sustainable legal system at all, based on all kind of crazy things like doctrine of discovery and right of conquest. So we challenge that. You know, and people are challenging that around the world and are saying that the rights of Mother Earth need to supersede the rights of corporations. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to keep challenging these guys and keep pushing and making their stuff more expensive. And all you know that all this resistance means there was 25% less CO2 emissions coming out of the tar sands, that the tech mine didn't go, right? Don't look good for these, you know, more tar sands pipelines, Keystone gone, Jordan Cove gone, Canadian pipeline projects failing in the US. So keep fighting. That's how you stop these guys, keep fighting. And then the best idea is make the solution. So we call this a Sitting Bull plan. This here is our, you know, what we're doing in my community. This is where I live. This is where I'm presenting to you from, my little farm. About half those guys are sitting out there in their Ojibwe class while I'm in here. I bagged out, and that's my little granddaughter sitting next to me. And so I live down here, and this is my girl farm team from last year. We put in our stuff by use our own labor, put in some things, but you know, when you got to scale up, I always like to say a hoe is a garden instrument. A hoe is a garden instrument. You see that there? Those are women with hoes. See that? That's what a hoe is. You know, this kind of stuff, like talk about colonized thinking we get. Anyway, look at that woman. That woman's driving a team of horses, and we're putting in all of our products with horses. That's been my goal. This guy moved in now. He is the bomb on the horses. So we are really working on the horse-drawn agriculture, because I don't got enough energy to put an acre of corn and to hoe and till an acre of corn. You need horses, right? So I'm interested in post-petroleum agriculture. I think that that's the answer, is if you're going to grow stuff, you need a little bit more muscle, get some horses. And then keep your ricing up. This is me and my grandson knocking some rice out there on Shell Lake, the top of the river. It's right by my house, you know. And this year we did good. We got some rice from around. And then grow good food, you know, protect your biodiversity. You know, Indigenous people, we're about 4% of the world's population, but 75% of the world's biodiversity. Y'all remember that? Y'all know that, right? We are the people, the biodiversity, so protect it. Keep our resistance up. More and more people are coming to our side. You know, I just see a flood of people coming to us now saying, what we do now, sister. I was like, you know, hey, let's do this together. These are potatoes. I grow 19 varieties of potatoes. Is that cool or what? Into the fingerlings, but purples, that's my gig, purple potatoes. You know, these anthropologists are reporting on the Ojibwe purple potatoes in like 1850. I was like, yeah, we still grow them. So grow cool food, because all that's higher in antioxidants and amino acids and magical stuff and keeps you healthy. And then you don't got to go see the Indian doctor or the white man doctor that's going to make a mess of your life, right? And then grow cool squash, you know, put up some greenhouses. That's what we do. We're trying to rebuild food systems here and teach our people how to grow food, because my father used to say to me, I don't want to hear your philosophy if you can't grow corn. And then grow some hemp. This is the hempire, known as the hempire. This is our gig, fiber hemp. This is, I got two sons in there. The one with the gray shirt on is my youngest son. My team. Okay, this is what I grow. It looks like bamboo. All across the prairies, this is what y'all should be growing in some amounts. This stuff sequesters carbon like 4 times as fast as anything else, because it grows like 8 feet. And that 8 feet means it got to suck all kind of air down. And then it goes about 8 feet deep and it suck all kind of stuff up. So it bioremediates, and one of the fastest ways to absorb carbon dioxide. And I'll tell you what, Canada, oh, we should be absorbing CO2. So anyway, I call it the new green revolution, because that's what it is. There's a potential to transform the materials economy, the pulp and paper industry economy of Canada. That should be so done, right? The fabric and textiles. Like, look at this stuff, man. Okay, so I'm working on textiles mostly. And oh, I didn't bring my Navajo rug. I've been working with the Navajo rug weavers. Those guys take our stuff and make it into some rugs. And it's more durable because hemp has a higher tensile strength than cotton or wool. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, it's stronger, right? And the word canvas came from cannabis. Wait, the word canvas came from cannabis, meaning all them sail ships, all that stuff was all, that was all it. That was all cannabis. So look, we just need to grow this stuff because it's going to help sequester the carbon and then try to keep the carbon in the ground, which is the main thing, what you're all doing. That's why I'm here. Keep the carbon in the ground, then build some cool houses out of it. We're working on some hemp, this block down there at the bottom. This looks like hemp brick, but we're doing it for insulation. So what I'm trying to figure out is how to make hemp they make an R22 insulation out of hemp. I want to do that. And because that's better than fiberglass, right? And it sequesters carbon. So this is what I really want to do, is textiles and insulation. And then somebody should do plastics, because it looks like everybody's still getting takeout. I went out in the world, looks like people still eat takeout. I don't go nowhere, but people eat takeout. So, and then do some solar. This is our little project, 8th Fire Solar. Solar thermal panels going up in a HUD housing project, just like your tribal housing projects up there. South facing wall, they already took out all the trees, right? So might as well put some solar in your south facing houses. Can reduce 20% of your heating bill. Tell me what Indian person in Northern Canada don't need that, right? Get some solar thermal, because cold as hell, but still sunny. And solar is more efficient when it's cold. But y'all know this, right? So we should talk. We could get some across the border. I'm ready to run them. I love doing that stuff. That's fun. This is where I build some of it. Oh, it's an old picture. There's a bunch of other people in there. And here's all the funders came to see us, but mostly a bunch of Indian men, all really good at this stuff. And we're ready to put up some more renewables. Now, I don't really know this is a US chart, but basically what am I trying to tell you in this chart? I'm trying to say that 58% of the energy is wasted between point of origin and point of consumption. So my point is that people say you can't meet present demand with renewable energy. To them, I say, why would you want to meet present demand? It's all wasted. I mean, they're using electricity on from dam projects, and they're using electricity for mining in the projects, all throughout the north. That's unneeded energy use. There's all kind of crazy contraptions. You don't need the lecture. Most of us live in places with less, but gosh, people got a lot of appliances. Wasteful. But this is what you want to do with your electricity. Now, all them trains in Canada, I was trying to get your train picture up there, but look, they should all be electric. Because why? Because it's like 75% more efficient. Oh, why am I saying this? Because transportation is a very big expense, right? But train, metal on metal versus rubber on the road, far more efficient. Electric engine is 65% efficient. The engine in your car is 16%. So what am I trying to say? Get efficient, run electric trains, power them on renewables. These guys are called solutionary rail. Then put up some cool solar. Here's Melina. I always like to show this picture. Her homegirl there. And then go big. That's what we're doing. This is a Navajo solar project. You guys should all be doing like wind, solar, hybrids. That's what I'm gonna do. Because the wind blows too. And it's the same kind of upload. Then this is our housing projects. We're painting them. Because I feel like, why live in an ugly housing project when you could make your housing project beautiful? And then, here's kind of you guys call it the LEAP manifesto. I don't know what you call it up there, but I call it the Sitting Bull plan. But in that plan, puppy, hold on a second. Come on. Get off my clothes. Oh, jeepers. Anyway, did you ever notice how much stuff gets imported? This is the port in Duluth. And that is all full of wind turbine parts coming from Germany. I'm like, you want to be a grown-up country, Canada? You want to be a grown-up country, the United States? Make your own stuff here. Make your wind turbine parts here. Don't import things from overseas. During the pandemic, we realized that like 70% of our aspirin came from China. Everything comes from there. Be grown up, right? Build stuff ourselves and pray hard. I think some of you probably seen these photos before, but this is Dr. Emoto from Japan. He passed away, but he's talking about praying and saying praising words to water. And we all know, like we can see I was in England a few days ago. Did I just tell you all that? I was like, wow, I'm gonna go check out. I went on Al Jazeera. I got to say all kind of things like John Trudell and Nelson Mandela. That was awesome. They're liberating. But anyway, their river's dead. The Thames is dead. I was like that whole concept to me, and every Indigenous person knows how crazy that is. I was like, so I prayed, sang my water song. I was like, and that's what you got to do, is you got to pray that water can get well. And I just like this picture because it shows what happens. The Fujiwara Dam after a prayer and before. Water carries the body burden, just like we do, of all this stuff, it's like intergenerational grief in your water. Then you got to heal it too. Same thing, make our laws right. I always like Evo Morales, who talks about the rights of Mother Earth. Their systems, Wendigo economics, Wendigo legal systems, those guys, that's what they are. They're Wendigo systems. We can go fight through the laws. I think we proved pretty good case here in the state of Minnesota. The system's broken. No one would approve tar sands pipeline when it's code red in the environment if you had half a brain, right? And so we make our laws, and the stronger we push, the weaker their system gets. That's what you do, is you keep making the beautiful future, and they lose power because they already are. So keep ours good, I like this graphic. This is kind of the decolonization graphic. I was like, let's just go decolonize, ladies. Let us go back, blow life, blow love. You know, because everybody here knows that life really wants to happen. And spring will be here. This is from my team, invest in your future. That's my retirement plan. My white man retirement plan, 401k, gave me worth nothing. I'm gonna try and raise some coherent grandchildren, right? That's a retirement plan. Okay, hey, listen, Miigwech, that's our organization, Honor the Earth. Happy, I have no idea how I did on time or anything, but I'm really happy to be here with you.